Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Delita. I am Travis. It is Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Night SmackDown. Hanging out with us. Thanks. We're Wrestling Gab, if I didn't say that
SmackDown! Yeah, SmackDown! I'm so excited. Not even on our TV yet.
Acting like Corky from the 80s or whatever. Remember that show, Corky?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called. Family Matters or something.
No. It was something about life. Life! Life!
Life, justice, and the American way or something.
Life matters. Just kidding.
Ba, ba, ba. Anyways, it looks like we got a full card tonight. A full entire card.
A card? A total one? Not a slight one? Complete total? Hey, all you people out there, what are you doing?
Just gangbanging. All the gangbangers like us.
Gangbanging, gross.
Not like that.
Alright, we've got Aaron out there. Walter is
Aaron.
with us tonight. Film is with us. Hopefully, you guys are still in here. Randy Paulo was in here like 10 minutes ago. Hopefully, he might still be around if he's awake.
Sure, they'll come back.
Says if WWE don't make AJ Styles Universal Champion in 2022, he should leave.
Well, he just signed a long-term contract. He ain't going anywhere. Anyways, we got Roman Reigns face-to-face with Seth Rollins tonight. That it's going to be his opponent at the Royal Rumble. Ooh, my phone just went apeshit. Well, that was nice. Thanks, phone. Anyways, we have Lita. It's going to be her first time on SmackDown in 20 years.
Ew, God.
Yeah, she's very old also.
She's a geriatric.
Sami Zayn is going to show Johnny Knoxville his new premiere of his new show. It's called InZayn.
Oh my God.
And then Aliyah's going to make her SmackDown singles debut going one-on-one with Natalya.
InZayn. Like insane.
Yeah, InZayn.
Oh my God, how dumb.
He's so classic. He's one of my favorites now. You know how much I used to not like that guy?
A lot.
Like,
Ever since he became Fidel Castro, it's been funny. Bryce is in the chat, though. Hopefully you're still there. I don't know if you guys are still in here, but I'm shouting out your names anyways. Bryce had said, hello, Wrestling Gab, I'm ready to kick off SmackDown. Let's do this, by the way. Quick question. Do you think Brian Cage might quit AEW to be in the Royal Rumble?
Well, he wouldn't have to quit AEW to be in the Royal Rumble.
Right.
He could just be in the Royal Rumble. Vince doesn't care if it's a one and done, but he'd get embarrassed. That's the problem. That's what I think is going to happen to Mickie James, too. I think she's going to get embarrassed when she gets in there.
Good possibility.
Like, she might be the quickest throw out in history or something, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because
like
Vince does.
in and out.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Like, she gets in and she's out faster than she gets in.
Oh, something happened later that night.
Maybe. No, that was it. This is what we saw.
Oh, Seth came in. That's right.
They did the Shield stuff there. Did you notice that?
Yeah. And he's all giggling about it. What a freakoid.
And said nothing. I feel like this should be a lot better build up and a lot better match than just Seth losing to Roman.
Yeah.
And now granted there's still a little bit of time, but I don't think that Seth's gonna win. But it does look like they are planning on having Bianca wrestle Becky at WrestleMania.
Oh, really?
And Sasha wrestle Charlotte.
If
so basically, last year's.
Is she going to be able to do that?
Oh, I'm sure she will. We're still 80-something days away.
Yeah, I mean, but 6 to 8 weeks could turn into 10 or 12. We don't know.
Not usually for bone bruises they go.
Anyways, Aaron said something about booing Charlotte. I hate Charlotte because she gets pushed down our throats all the time. And her and Becky and film suggesting got baby, and I know I'm excited, he says.
There is nobody else on SmackDown. Who would you want to be champion? Aliyah?
Yeah,
Naomi?
Right. Like, oh, that dumb Charlotte. It's like, you know what? Maybe if they had other women on the roster.
Yeah, we're 78 days away from WrestleMania, everybody at home. And we're just 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble, which is the road to WrestleMania. But right now we're on the road to WrestleMania. Lita.
Isn't she the one that broke her neck?
She did, yes.
That you showed me. Like, look how she broke her neck. Yeah.
Lita returns. She's going to be in the Royal Rumble, I'm assuming. I didn't see her on that list. Does that mean she's one more that's added to the list? Ooh, so penitentiary.
Bless you.
I was thinking it was going to go away.
So much. Huh.
All right. Starting out with the Usos. It looks like they're in street clothes, though.
I was going to say, they don't look like they're going to be wrestling.
But they have fought in street clothes before. We all know that.
Chris Akani's in the chat.
They have to do that in the Uso penitentiary.
Chris says, hey, Travis and D. Hey, how you doing? How's your Friday night? How are you doing with your SmackDown? Is it exciting?
So Xavier Woods is injured. He's out. He has non-Achilles injury, but it is an outside and down lower leg injury. So it's outside of his calf.
Oh.
But he is injured.
That's funny. Ha ha. So they're not going to be tag team champs.
See, a torn calf muscle, they're saying it. Out of action indefinitely. So he's doing something with his lower half that isn't right. He needs to be strengthening it in different ways. Because this is his second major injury in his lower leg.
The last one was an Achilles. It took him a year to come back
And this one is a torn calf in the lower part of the calf, which is where it bolts up to the Achilles, basically.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's the same leg.
That'd be hilarious if it was. I mean, that'd be terrible. Yeah, Picola's in the chat, though. Hey, Picola says, bless you, Travis. Aw, how
Thank
sweet.
you.
Jonathan Oliphant is in the chat. Hey, Jonathan says, Lita will be on SmackDown. That's what
It
they're
looks
saying.
like it.
It's
First time in
happen,
almost 20
supposedly.
years. Yeet. Yeet.
What the fuck? But we're respect them. Ugh, jeez.
Yeah, but it was better when they had Big E. They pushed a lot harder.
True.
So who's going to show up? Anybody new?
As Walter says, the Usos boo. Yeah, Walter, you're not a big fan. So question, Walter, are you a fan of them if they're nice to you? Like if they're out there being goody-goody guys and all that stuff? Do you like them better? Anyways, we got Sophie in the chat. Hi,
Hey,
Sophie.
Sophie. How's everything
going? Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla says, how was your 32nd birthday, Travis?
Woo! What about it?
How was?
It was fine.
She said Moss, but how was your 32nd birthday?
It was good. I didn't do much.
I wasn't here, so I don't know what he did.
I was here by myself all day.
I tried to get here. Sophie says we might be getting the Elimination Chamber at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it? And not only that, but it looks like they're going to change the name of it. It's been around for almost 20 years. And they're looking at it, calling it the WrestleMania Chamber. That's from Dave Meltzer.
That guy's so weird. Anyways, Walter says Lita Hall of Famer on SmackDown. She will talk about Rumble. Probably, huh? Sophie says Travis is 32. He doesn't look like it. And Walter's like, hey, Ayla. And Ayla's like, yeah, he's 32. Chris is like, so I wonder if Seth was in the Indies or AEW, would his name be Seth fucking Rollins instead of freaking?
I doubt it. I mean, do they swear in the Indies on their cards for kids to come watch?
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're being Caucasian. Cesaro and Mansoor.
So what happens if some white boy talks like them? Like
well, how do
that's
they?
just how they talk. Do they go, you shouldn't talk like that because the color of your skin isn't the right color?
You could talk like that because they don't talk any certain way. You just have to say "oos" all the time. It wouldn't make a lot of sense.
So they're going to go through a whole bunch of what they're considering tag teams.
Yeah, they're showing us all their tag team division. So obviously the Vikings also.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's see. Pico says, I want to play a game when you guys get settled. I'm totally settled.
Viking Raiders, yep.
Ayla says, hey, Walter. And Chris says, here comes my boy, Angel Garza. And Ayla's like, I'm sorry, I should have came over. Yeah, you bitch. Why didn't you? Just kidding. Just teasing. Walter's like, happy belated birthday, Travis. And Sophie says,
thank you.
So the WWE will have 3 weeks after the Royal Rumble to build up the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view. Yeah, but the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view doesn't always really pertain to things that go towards...
But it will this year because it's going to be the Elimination Chamber, which could be the WrestleMania Chamber. And if that's the case, then it matters. Because whoever wins it's going to wrestle at WrestleMania.
Why do they keep changing the names of things to WrestleMania this or WrestleMania that?
Because that's their big ticket.
That's fucking dumb as shit. It's so stupid. Like, do they really think that's going to sell more tickets by calling it something that, people go to certain ones because they're called what they're called. Dumb bastards.
They're the ones. So they're not in it. Oh, shit. They're just kicking away people.
So they've got Cesaro and Montez.
So is this a battle royal? It's a fatal four-way.
Oh, to who goes against them,
yes.
Faces them to get a chance for the tag
There we go.
titles.
We got a fatal four-way.
So, so they had Cesaro and Mansoor together. How weird is that? That's a little weird to me. Like, they've never been together before, so it's just kind of strange.
It's a new relationship. It's because Mansoor has such great hair and Cesaro has none. So they put them together, and they're both 50-50 hair.
Oh, huh. Film says Travis looks young to me, and he's still cool.
It's cooler than the other side of the pillow.
You guys don't know him very well. Travis is a loser.
Yeah, super lose.
Super lose. Oh my God, he learned something new that I showed him that I saw on the internet. If you have Google Assist,
I'll just do it. You guys ready?
On your phones, your Android.
Lumos.
You can turn your flashlight on with a Harry Potter spell. I know you guys are so excited about that. All right, anyways, let's see. So
I would do Expecto Patronum, but I don't want my stag to come jumping out.
Chris says, here comes Chinder. Sophie says, happy belated birthday, Travis. And Pico says, so I copied this from a YouTube channel. Okay. Guess which song has more plays on Spotify? Pico's like, you want to try it? Yeah, totally. So guess what song has more plays on Spotify?
You mean, are you giving us 2 songs to guess from? Or is it just the number 1 song on Spotify?
The question is just guess which song has more plays on Spotify.
So it is just the number 1 song.
Thriller by Michael Jackson. That's my guess.
That would have been in the old days.
No, now.
I don't think it would be now because most boomers don't know that exists. Spotify. I'm going to say it is either something with Drake or Baby Shark.
Ew. Let's see. Sophie says King Woods will be out for 6 weeks, so Dee must be happy about that. Yeah, I don't have to see him.
Nobody can be excited about somebody else's injury.
That doesn't mean that he won't be around, Sophie. Just because he can't wrestle doesn't mean his dumbass won't be there. That's the hard part about that stuff.
It's Dumas. Dumas won't be there. What you looking for? I noticed that was laying there. I was wondering what it was for.
It was my bookmark, so I knew which trivia question to ask, and now I have no idea.
Well, why was it out?
I don't know. Maybe I forgot to put it back in, and I just closed shop and left. Ayla's like, sure, and Ayla's like, had to work. This is so loud. Walter's like, geez, the Usos starting mind games. Ayla says, George's excited about those cookies. Thanks again. Yeah. So he says, for the first time ever, the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view will be held on a weekend instead of a weekday.
It'll still be in the middle of the day, though.
Film says, we the ones, the tribal chief Roman Reigns. And Pico says, first 2 songs, according to Spotify, Does Hotel California or Don't Stop Believin' have more total plays?
That's an interesting guess. I guess they're
Hotel
boomers
California.
Are all over. Oh, we're just going out of 2?
Yeah, which one?
Out of those 2, huh?
According to Spotify, does Hotel California or Don't Stop Believin' have more total plays?
I'm going to go with Hotel California also.
Okay, Walter says, Ayla, save me.
Because they're around the same era.
Yeah.
So the same era of people are going to listen to it.
Sophie's like, Don't Stop Believing. Robbie says, yo, yo. Chris says, Britt Baker was giving too much PDA on AEW, and that's coming from a guy who loves sex celebrations. It depends on the PDA, right? I mean,
no, it doesn't.
Their PDA was disgusting and gross.
Uh-oh. He took his pants off.
That kind of PDA is okay.
Angel Garza just stripped down while we're talking about PDFs.
Walter's like, okay, trivia time.
Shinky.
And Robbie says, just driving home from me mates. Nice, Robbie. Don't. I hope that you're not driving and texting on the chat. I hope that somebody else is driving. Like
or drinking.
A taxi cab driver or an Uber or something else. Or a horse, maybe.
A buggy, yeah.
Film says the hairy armpit queen Charlotte Flair. I can't wait to see her when she comes out. I think she's going to interrupt Lita. Piccolo says next 2. Metallica's Enter Sandman or System of a Down BYOB.
No idea what that one is, so I'm going to go with Enter Sandman. Because I do know that one.
I'm trying to think what BYOB is.
Bring your own bitches or beer?
Sure. I'm going to say Enter Sandman. Film says, hey, Travis, what are you going to do for your birthday?
Nothing. I already did it.
Sophie was going with Enter Sandman. Ayla went with Hotel California. I Love Roblox says, it's about drive. It's about Wrestling Gab. We stay hungry. We are with Wrestling Gab. Put in the subscribers and take the Wrestling Gab fans to SmackDown. Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah!
It's like the rock song.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're back to, some SmackDown.
Ibar going
happening.
right after Shinky. Now, Shinky's a tall dude. Like 7 foot. Uh-oh, Ibar's taking everybody out. Shinky! Right in the corner. Taking it right to Pound Town. Did I ever tell you the story of my cousin's bed?
You told me, yes. Did you tell them? Probably not. Maybe you did, but I don't know. Anyways, Picola has another one. Okay, next 2. Fleetwood Mac's Dreams or Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine?
I'm gonna go with Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses.
I'm going with Dreams. Sophie says Dreams. Chris says here comes Big Daddy Shanky. Ayla says haven't even got the cookies yet. Eggplant head. And Ayla's like Fleetwood Mac.
Gender. Cleaning house.
Picola says Don't Stop Believin'. Okay, so this is the answer. Don't Stop Believin' has over 1.2 billion more than the 970 million for Hotel California.
Wow.
That's funny.
I wonder who,
God,
I wonder if there was something famous on the
me.
internet or something with that song, so people used it.
I don't know, maybe? What was the answer to the first one?
That was the first one.
No, there was one before.
No, there wasn't. We've done 3, and that's the first one.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like he was saying to guess which one that was the game.
Right.
Okay, now I understand.
Oh! Superplex, power bombs. Everybody's laid out. And it's commercial time.
My arm. There's a bug in my sleeve.
Smack it.
No, it's like in here. Something's attacking me.
You want me to kendo stick it?
No, I don't want you to kendo stick it, you freakoid. I don't know where we were.
We got InZayn coming up later. I'm excited to see his world premiere of his new show. Sami Zayn is world premiering a new show called InZayn. Just start over. What is that?
I don't know. It matters. I need different questions.
I guess you could read from the back forward.
Alright. Okay. Here is a quick wrestling trivia question for you. Who officiated the Daniel Bryan and AJ Lee wedding on Raw? Alright, so let's see. Piccolo said, okay, the next 2 is over that. Chris says, here comes Big Dash. Read that. Okay, Ayla said, haven't even got the cookies, and she said Fleetwood Mac, and Pico says the answer to that. Sophie said, don't stop believing, you could hear everywhere on every radio station along with Hotel California. True fact right there. Chris says, Shanky cleaning house tonight, and Sophie says, so I chose right about don't stop believing. Walter's like, good luck, who wins this match? I don't know, Walter, but it is a good luck, right?
Yeah, Shinky and Jinder would be my picks if I had to pick.
Right? But they're not really a tag team, so that, I mean, not that matters, but the real tag teams are the Los Lotharios and the Viking Raiders. If you're going by who's an actual tag team. Since the Usos are a real tag team.
So Jinder's the singles guy that just has a 7-footer in his corner all the time?
Yeah. Yeah, because he came out with those 2 other guys, right? And then the one, we have never seen him again.
He's going to premiere at some point.
He might, maybe he'll, I don't know. Can he be in Saudi Arabia? Maybe he'll premiere there? That's too far. That's too far away. Like too many days.
For him to make his debut?
Yeah.
It's fine. He can make it anytime. They could do it next year. I've watched him do this. The person never showed up.
Yeah.
Remember Emma?
Yes, that happened, yeah.
She never showed up.
It's true. I love Roblox. Everybody subscribe to Wrestling Gab so we can go to SmackDown. Hey, right? Sophie says they confirmed today that Bruce Pritchard is also in charge of NXT.
Yeah, I seen that.
Pico says Enter Sandman wins over 787,000 more than BYOB at 360,000.
Yes.
Nice. It was like everyone unsubscribe fast. Sophie's like, wow, so far I'm very good at this new game, unlike how I do with D Trivia.
That shit's hard.
It's
but the funny thing is,
it's trivia that's from all of like wrestling back in the old days up until a couple years ago or so. Anyways, Walter's like, on Monday I'll be here for Raw, still here for SmackDown. Pete Cole says, last one goes to Sweet Child O' Mine with just over 1 billion, greater than 888 million for Fleetwood Mac Dreams.
Yeah, I just figured it was closer to modern. And it's a badass song.
So it's like, what's the difference between Pandora and Spotify?
I don't know, but Spotify is what all the kids are using, would be my answer to that.
And as Ayla says, so basically everyone on Spotify has crap taste. And now you know why they have crap taste, Ayla. It's because all the young children listen to it.
I have a Spotify account. And
yeah,
it expires.
But it wasn't because you decided you wanted a Spotify account.
But yeah, my 15-year-old decided we needed a
Child.
Spotify.
Sophie says, okay, I'm 2 for 1 in the game. The answer to that trivia was Slick.
Slick Rick, huh?
I guess. Is that who that is, if it says Slick?
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry, Walter. It was Slick Rick. Robbie's like, I don't hear them 2 songs on the radio in the UK.
Brother of Style? What was he? The something of Style. The Brother of Style? Slick Rick. Yeah, I can't remember what his name is.
Sophie said that last.
Oh, he's not big enough. He's too big.
Tricky one.
He couldn't spin him.
He couldn't?
He tried to spin Ibar.
Jinder is too big.
Not Jinder. Ibar. He was trying to spin Ibar.
Oh.
Now, this is where everybody takes everybody out. Now he's going to go out by Eric.
Shanky.
And then Eric's going to go out by one of the Los Lotharios, or both of them. And then the Los Lotharios are going to go out by... Oh, nobody.
I appreciate you.
They took themselves out.
They were like, yay, I'm
Angel,
exciting.
Alberto. No. Ibar. Now he's going to do it.
Do not.
Oh, he will.
God, no.
He's crazy.
Not.
Oh, double drop kick.
Oh, he didn't jump out there. Okay. Ravi says, hello, Ayla, that's your bad playlist. And also says that girl Emma is pissed. Ravi, once again, are you driving and texting in the chat at the same time? For shame on you.
Pop up. Body slam.
He's like,
1,
on him?
2, and 3. The Viking Raiders, as they should, won.
Right. Well,
I don't like them to beat the Lotharios. I thought they were going to be a great team.
I know. I don't want them to have beaten them either. They should have beaten somebody else.
Angel was really good as a singles wrestler.
Yeah.
They put him with Alberto, And now he's shit.
I know. Humberto was fine as a singles wrestler, too. I don't know
Ish.
why.
They only used him 3 times.
Yeah, but he was...
He broke Sheamus's nose.
Which was fantastic. I'm so glad he did. Raid with the Usos. They're so weird. Robbie's like, that girl Emma is piff.
Yes. Nothing wrong with Emma.
Film says, say, did you get my question on Brian Cage? If Brian Cage quits AEW, could he be in the Royal Rumble? Yes, and Travis answered it.
Yeah, he could.
Must not have heard him?
He could be in without quitting, is what I'm getting at. AEW allows their wrestlers to do other things. That's why they go and do these other shows like Ring of Honor and New Japan here and there with their sharing. Charlotte, please don't wear clothes that have spikes on the shoulders. Looking like the Road Warriors, but just with one spike on each side.
Pickle says the real tragedy is Bieber or Dua Lipa, who has so many followers.
You're right. So I don't know who this Dua Lipa. I don't know who that is, but I've seen her quite a bit lately. And I have no idea why all of a sudden she just showed up on my feed on YouTube. She was at a soccer game, the World Cup or something, and Cristiano Ronaldo ignored her.
Good for him.
Like, he just walked by and she was staring at him the whole time waiting to talk to him, and he just...
As he should.
Like,
Who gives a shit
he ain't know who you are either.
Right, bitch? Just because you thought you got famous on fucking TikTok, you dumb whore. It was like, I listen to Pandora. I like the Mamas and the Papas radio station.
Mm-hmm. I listen to the Oak Ridge Boys radio station on Pandora, but I don't listen to it anymore because I got Spotify. It's so much better to listen to radio stations, though, because then you get music that you don't remember ever happened. Mm-hmm. And so I have a hard time with just doing Spotify, where I can listen to any song I want to at any time. Because I only listen to songs I know. So
right.
I don't outreach.
Listen to anything new.
I would have never heard that Rolling Stone store.
She wasn't. Why should I hate
that Rolling Stone song. Mm-hmm. I don't even remember
or
what it was.
Or remake of the song.
Southern Woman or whatever.
Sophie says, what happened to Sheamus and Ridge Holland? Why aren't they part of this match? Ridge Holland
broke his face. Ricochet stomped on his face.
During the last pay-per-view. Film Nation gave us some kind of parenthesis. Piccolo says, maybe the most current artist I'd listen to is Bruno Mars. Walter's like, okay, lost trivia. Ooh, find. Ooh, removed from the Royal Rumble. Or fired? Wow.
Honey.
Maybe you're some power.
That's funny shit. Cold? What's the cold mean? Is there a wrestler anything to do with cold?
No, maybe it's just chilly. Because she was in there earlier like it was cold. Like the temperature was cold.
And so it's part of the show. What is the cold?
I don't know. Maybe just the coldness of Naomi and her. I don't know.
You're thinking too
Sophie
right
says,
this second.
I listen to Pandora when I do listen to random stations. Ayla's like, also have a Glass Animals mixed with the Gorillas station. Okay. I don't know what that means. It sounds weird as fuck, Ayla. You have Glass Animals mixed with the Gorillas station? That's fantastic. Film's like, it's all the Gen Z's fault. They're the worst at picking music. And Walter's like, Viking Raiders won. And Sophie's like, I listen to random artists. Piccolo's like, nice, Ayla. And Film says, my type of music I like to listen to 80s and 90s. And NF, by the way, NF is a Christian rapper. Sophie says, I listen to NSYNC radio station.
Nothing wrong with that.
As well as the Wrinkly.
I want you back.
Oh, God, stop. Robin's like, it's about beat port. I'm going to throw up. Stop.
Beat pork?
Beat port? I don't know what that is, Ravi. Are you drunk? Chris says the raid is on, and Piccolo says, I'll throw a couple more in 30 minutes or so. Sweet. All right. Here's a trivia question. Who defeated Matt Hardy for the ECW championship in his rookie year? So, who defeated Matt Hardy, and the guy was in his rookie year, for the ECW championship?
Who knows? So they're changing their buckets to green now?
No, this is because it's not real chicken. That's very processed plant particles that they're trying to give you.
Oh, so it's green.
So it's based off of plants. So, yeah, gross. Really bad for you shit. I don't know why they're promoting that stuff's good for you. It's like the biggest, like, wool over your eyes shit they've ever pulled, and you dumb bastards out there are all believing it. You're like, oh, it's so good for you. Yeah,
Oh
it's so much more processed than fucking even processed food. It's ridiculous. Go eat a goddamn vegetable if you want that so bad.
How do you see how...
With your eyes!
Hurt.
Sophie says there is 4 rumored Mania matches on the card. They are Reigns versus Brock, Seth versus Big E or Lashley or Owens, Charlotte versus Bayley or Sasha, and Becky versus Bianca. Walter says Naomi better win a match. And Robbie says, D, I don't text and drive like you, LOL. Whatever, Robbie. I bet you text and drive all the time. Sophie says, I think I had Spotify on my phone at one point. And Ayla says, that's why I like Pandora. I discover new artists and stuff. Walter's like, Sami Zayn, boo. And Chris is like, Sami Zayn time, motherfuckers.
Who has more songs? Or more, like, whatever he was doing, what Piccolo was doing. Okay. Freebird or Jesse's Girl?
Oh, you're saying who has more...
The same game.
Likes on Spotify?
It's not likes, it's just listens.
Oh, say the name of the stuff again.
Freebird or Jesse's Girl.
Oh. Jesse's Girl. Let's see.
I should screenshot this, I guess.
Sophie says, are they setting up a Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn match for Mania?
Oh, God, that would be great, wouldn't it?
That'd be hilarious. Maybe. Ramit says, you are great. All the best to your future ventures. Thanks, Ramit. You're awesome, too, man. Thanks for being here with us. Robbie says, yo, D, I sent you one of Dua Lipa's song on IG. I'm not listening to that garbage. No, thank you. Sophie says, who is Glass Animals? Never heard of them. And Film says, I hope Bliss wins the Royal Rumble. If not, probably Rhea Ripley. By the way, she almost won against Bianca, but she lost to Bianca. Ayla says, don't knock Glass Animals. Haha, YouTube.
Who did you pick?
Jesse's Girl. I picked Jesse's Girl.
By 10,000.
Nice.
Or 10 million, sorry. 10 million.
Black Jesse's Girl wins.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Circle is in the chat. Hey, the Black Circle. Ravi says this will blow your mind. I listen to Brazilian music like bossa nova and samba.
Cool.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of classical music sometimes too, and other things. Ravi's like also some jazz. Sophie says I forgot that Matt Hardy was U.S. champ. It was like, ew, Ravi, not shocked in your taste. And Piccolo says, do you play any instruments, Ravi? The answer to that trivia question was Jack Swagger. If you guessed Jack Swagger, you got it correct. Good job. Congratulations.
Jack Swagger now needs to go win the championship in AEW. And then he'd have a championship in, like, multiple different places.
Exactly. Chris says, LOD, funny expressions. Ravi's like, some junk food is okay. It says, his hands are too small. Ravi might play the banjo. I think you need bigger hands to play the banjo, Ayla. Maybe a piccolo. He could definitely play a piccolo with tiny little hands. Ravi's like, D never takes me seriously, LOL. It's funny. Ravi's
Sami
like,
Zayn!
Ayla, LOL, you
It's
joker.
Sami Zayn!
And he's talking.
This is it. This is going to be exciting.
He was robbed. He is the champion.
They just make up number one contenderships over here. There's no rankings.
The conspiracy
Against.
I forgot I was Canadian for a second. Johnny Knoxville.
Get it up on the screen. Why aren't they putting it up there?
Just put it up there, you jerkheads.
Holy crap.
My God, how long does it take you guys?
You're not qualified to do this. And then he qualified at the end of the match by throwing his ass over the top rope.
You barely got him over. It's like, you're heavy, man. Why are you so heavy? Sophie says it will be 10 years since the show debuted.
Isn't that nuts already?
Chris says they are showing John Mox. Luna's like, look, Dean Ambrose cameo.
Yeah.
I was like, it's alright. It's an alright song, Deep. No, garbage.
Sophie says, locked up in a rehab facility.
Right? Get out. We can't escape. Sophie's like, Impact so far is getting a lot of Ring of Honor or New Japan talent on their TV. Yeah, they're probably just sharing people for a little bit. They do that a lot.
InZayn. Here it goes.
Are they in Omaha?
I don't know.
Where are they at tonight, guys?
Look at skateboard ramp.
Oh, God. You are the best jackass ever, buddy. Good job. He's like, wait a minute. That is not how I wanted that to come out.
InZayn. It's got a catchy title.
InZayn. Oh my God. What the fuck? Seriously.
Is he going to do a bike, skateboard? What's he going to do here?
They haven't really said, like, most of the time when they come out, they say something about
shopping cart.
What they're doing.
Looks like a little Daniel Bryan pushing him.
Oh,
how is he not going to get injured?
Get your camera out, Matt.
Oh. He might clear this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's only about 25 feet.
He's got zero chance, but you know, it's all right.
Without a count?
Some good content. Let's go. That ramp is looking kind of small.
It is. This is just like Evil back in the day. And I remember when he jumped over the Snake River Canyon. Because that's here.
It's in our state. Our state of Idaho.
InZayn. 1, 2, 3, go. Not 1, 2, 3, go.
Then it's 1, 2, 3, and then on go. When I say go, you go. Jesus.
All right, here we go.
Oh my Lord. I was like, I know how to DJ club music.
Here we go.
Pop and R&B.
Here it is, full speed.
They're not going very fast. Oh, jeez. Sophie says it will be 8 years since the Yes movement at Mania. And Piccolo says, oh, word. Robbie's like, Sami has great board. Chris says Sami Zayn better with the Rumble. Better win the Rumble. Sophie
he looks like the Great Kazoo or whatever from the Flintstones.
With his helmet that's huge.
Robbie it's not safe.
Sami has great board.
No.
Chris says,
we want
yes, they say. Chris says Sami Zayn better win the Rumble. Sophie says the Jericho cruise that was scheduled for this year got pushed back to next. And Ravi says, Sami, that's jokes in the shopping cart, LOL.
Rick Boogs! What's he wearing? A onesie?
He used to be good friends with him. He even got kicked with, and he had a, whatchamacallit on. His helmet
Rick Boogs
on.
looking like the lead singer of Queen.
Oh, with his hair all slicked back.
Freddie Mercury.
A thick one. Throw him
out. Hit that bullseye.
Hit the bullseye, buddy. Oh, good job.
Well, we got to see Rick Boogs.
That's just ridiculous.
McAfee standing over him, air guitar in it.
Good show. Sophie says Mickie James said she found out that she was going to be in the Rumble at the same time as everyone else did.
That can't be
Sure,
possible.
Sophie. I'm pretty sure Mickie James is lying out her ass. Chris says, is that a red Finn Balor X? Is he going to come out? And Film says MVP and Bobby Lashley, were they on Monday?
Who was it?
MVP and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, they're on Mondays.
Ravi says Nakamura with the kick. And Sophie says AEW Dynamite beat Raw in some of the demographics this week, but they did get less than 1 million this week.
They did. They got lower.
Ayla's like Beastie Boys style of Dead Mouse style DJ. Ayla says, or not of.
She's got gigantic eyes. Like, they're almost creepy how big they are.
With her fake eyelashes.
And then her eyelashes are too long. Oh, I forgot that she's a Guinness World Record holder.
What did she do?
She has the most wins of any woman in wrestling history.
Oh.
By the way, they don't have it in there, but she is also the most losing wrestler in the women's division.
I think they should put that in there. I think that you should be praised for your losses also. Ravi says that Sami has a great beard. And Chris says Boog's haircut, ? And Sophie says they changed Rick Boog's look.
They did. It looks way different, doesn't it? Here comes Aliyah!
So they're like, we need you to cut your hair. And it needs to look stupid. Film's like, no, I think Sami ain't going to screw himself over and lose the Royal Rumble. Chris says Rick Boogs thinks he's Rick Rude. And Ravi says, is Aliyah going to wrestle? Looks like it.
Yes, tonight against the girl she was just with. Natalya.
Chris says
the Guinness
Aliyah
World
is
Record
back.
holder.
And Ravi says Natty needs to lay off the PS. Ramit says, you did good job. Have a great life. Thanks, Ramit. You too. Sophie's like, there is talk that they might tape WWE TV in Saudi Arabia, but there is no word on that and for what brand.
Well, they wouldn't really need to because that Friday is going to be taped the week before because they don't have one for the 17th or 18th, sorry. Anyways, and then the 19th they're going to be in Saudi Arabia, so they can get there a week early if they want to.
Bob's like, not more underground club music. Ramit says Sami Zayn is irritating like the Iconics. Illa's like, okay, lame. You could have been Mike D. Chris says Aliyah's still playing this dumb babyface character. She's a natural heel. Roberto Lozano's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says Sami Zayn didn't have the balls. All right, here's a trivia question for you. Who comprised J&J Security? So who were the people or wrestlers in J&J Security?
I know one of them's still around because we see him working security all the time.
Sophie says Aliyah, before she got called up to the main roster, she was in NXT forever. Like before NXT went to the USA Network.
I don't remember her too far back, but I do know that she replaced Chelsea Green with Homeboy, whatever Homeboy's name was. Remember the guy in NXT that
What
Chelsea
guy?
Green was with, and then she was with him afterwards?
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Do I?
Mm.
Do I? Do I then? Great. Thanks for telling me that I do when I have...
Rob Stone or something like that?
Maybe. Are you talking about the weird,
Robert Stone, I think.
Short, skinny guy that wore the pants that hiked up to his shins?
Yeah. And Chelsea Green was with him first, and then they replaced him with her. Or replaced her with her.
So you remembered way more than me. Robert Stone, I'm pretty sure of that. Maybe Bob Stone. Wait, that's Central Intelligence.
It's Bob
that's
Stone.
Not him. Ramit says Aliyah is new friend of Gianna Daddio. Oh, yeah?
Old Liv.
Robbie says, Ayla, you mean the DJ Mixmaster Mike? Chris says they're using Aliyah since Tony Time left. Now there is only Aliyah and Shotzi and Char and Naomi and Natalya. Yeah, but we aren't seeing Shotzi, so that's weird. And Chris says Aliyah and Liv Morgan, the crybabies. That's nice. Sophie says, you remember that time in Saudi Arabia where everybody was stuck there forever and they had to call NXT and some stars that didn't make the trip to Saudi Arabia?
It ended up ruining Survivor Series that season.
It's so loud. Why is it so loud in my ear?
I don't know. Turn it down.
So loud. I don't know which one's mine.
Second.
Where is it?
Right behind the screen right there.
That's way too far away. Are you sure you're turning mine down? Ouch.
I could turn it off for you. Better?
Yeah, it's off.
Is it still off?
No, a little bit.
Up or down?
Up. Okay, stop there. It was like they're yelling in my ear.
Yeah, it's tough.
Walter says AEW star Dustin Rhodes now have COVID. He has the it. It was like, I don't know. I mean, Mike D from BC Boys. I can't remember the other guy's names. Adam, I think.
I'm Mike D and I get respect. Your cash and your jewelry is what I expect.
Walter's like, good SmackDown. And Bryce says, I don't think Liv's going to be on SmackDown. I think she's on Raw. Robbie says, Ramit D is a big fan of Gianna Daddio. No, I'm not. I don't even know that's our real name most of the time. Sophie says there are so many people on the NXT roster that have been ready to get called up for years.
She said it. And the most losses.
Oh my gosh, she's so boring. I hate her so much right now. I'm so bored, I'm dead. Whatever.
Let's get it done. She better get it done instead of running her mouth.
Robin's like, Ayla, didn't one of them die? And Bryce says, but seriously, she needs to stop crying. Ramit says no more signings of AEW main roster is fully loaded right now after signings of Jeff Hardy and John Morrison, Briscoes, and Brody King. Ayla's like, yeah. And Robbie's like, Natty is a bad actress. Chris is like, Natalya, please. All right, so nobody answered this, but the answer to the trivia questions, and you guys didn't listen, I guess, was Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury is the one I never can remember. But Jamie Noble's still there. So has the bell rang yet?
No. The bell
It could happen.
Match hasn't started. Going after the rookie.
Once the bell starts, though.
She's like, I lost my boobie.
She's like, my tits are out.
My boobie covering! My boobie covering!
It isn't how you beat the 3 seconds because she still has to put her in some sort of a move.
Robbie's like, Natty is a bad actress. Chris is like, Natty, please. Sophie says, who would be shocked if Johnny Gargano decides to re-sign with the WWE instead of going to AEW?
Nobody.
Bryce says, spoiler, I think all the wrestlers that have been fired in WWE are going to get rehired back into the Royal Rumble. Well, more like honest guess or predictions. So, yeah, who knows?
Aliyah's trying to keep her boobs in her shirt. She had to turn over to, like, keep some nips in here.
Well, Walter's like, okay, Natty got this. Ravi's like Natty rolling on dubs tonight. Sophie says Ciampa and Dunn might be getting called up next since they have done dark matches and a main event taping. That is something they've been talking about.
Are they going to ring the bell? She's not able to compete tonight.
I can compete.
So the referee, this is some fucking, what's her name, that redhead, remember her? Eva Marie shit. Okay. Here it is.
No, did you really?
Where's my stopwatch? Ready? Right when the bell rings. .9. It's a new record for the women. A new record for the women. Aliyah. 2.9. Natalya is in the book again on the losing side.
Oh, jeez. Bryce is okay, Wrestling Gab. I got a busy day tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, Bryce. Thanks for hanging with us for a little bit. Sophie says, oh, there is trivia. I wasn't paying any attention. Chris says, remember Natalya was crying because something about $1? Like she was worth more than $1.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was cringe.
She was worth about 75 cents that night.
Yeah, Chris says that Aliyah, this is cringe. She was like,
it was fantasy. They had fantasy. They had like $1 row, $2 row, $3 row, and a $4 row, and you could pick whatever row, and you only had $10 to spend, and you had to build a team.
So they're playing with. So something's happening with all of the
heat.
The temperature gauge is broken. So that means we're gonna get something weird, maybe.
Yes, but who is it?
I don't know. I don't know who.
Lita up next.
I don't think they've ever had anybody like in there going, yeah, this is what it is. Robbie says Natty got cheated out of this match. So, Ravi, are you home yet, or are you still driving home?
So is that the best match so far this year? Well, it's a world record.
No. Garbage.
Usually when world records happen, those matches are iconic. They last forever.
I don't really foresee that as
they
an
stay in the
match.
annals of wrestling history.
Yes, they stay in people's annals, all right. All right, here's a trivia question for you. Okay, you guys out there hear that? Trivia question. Walter, this is trivia question. Are you ready? Who were known as the real Americans? Y'all should get this. You fucking can't not get it. It was not too long ago.
I know two of them.
I even remember them. And I wasn't even watching wrestling really at that point. Let's see. Chris says, that BS. That is not a record. Sophie says, it seems like they never know what to do with Natty. They keep changing her gimmick. Ramit says, your voice so sweet. Aw, thank you so much. Walter's like, Lita live next. And Sophie says, I can't believe it has been 20 years since Lita appeared on SmackDown. Was SmackDown even around 20 years ago?
Yeah.
How long had it been going 20 minutes ago? Or 20 minutes, because Robbie said he's been home for 20 minutes. 20 years ago. Like, how long had it been on TV 20 years ago? Or been around?
About 5 years.
So it had only been around for 5 years. And the last time...
Lita was a flash in the pan. She wasn't around that long. She was probably in the wrestling for maybe 5 years total in her life anyways. A lot of people think she should be a Hall of Famer, which she might already be a Hall of Famer.
I think she is a Hall of
Famer.
Famer.
But in my opinion, I don't see it. She didn't do enough, and she wasn't around long enough.
Let's see. Robbie says, has Lita still got the ability?
No.
Well, I don't know.
She's been here a few times. She was in that all-woman stuff when they did the all-women's thing in October of, what was that, 17, 18?
Something like that.
With Ronda Rousey. She was in that. She just doesn't move as well, and
Sophie says I could somehow see them giving the Rumble to a female legend. And Pickle says, Travis said anal.
22 Jump Street, that they could go down in the annals of NFL history or whatever. And he's like, yeah, we need to bust through that ceiling.
So bad. So bad. Robbie's like, sorry, what was that? Didn't quite hear you. I don't know, Robbie. Pickle's like, aren't they foreigners? Sophie's like, SmackDown debuted in 1999.
I was way off. I didn't watch wrestling back then.
So 5 years I could see, but only 2. And it's like, oh, the last time she was ever on SmackDown was 20 years ago. And it's like, yeah, because she broke her fucking neck. Stupid bitch. Jesus Christ. I saw what she did. She dumb. She dumb.
The Eagles and the Buccaneers.
Sophie says both SmackDown and Raw went 2 or 3 brand splits over the years. Robbie says, D, you should be a Hall of Fame. I should be a Hall of Fame. That's cool.
Did you know that CNN, because they were just showing Fox, not that this means anything in wrestling, but CNN's ratings are down 87% from last year?
That's hilarious.
That's like unprecedented. They had something like 130,000 people watch or something.
That's pretty funny. Maybe they should stop lying. Chris says, well, look what the cat drug in. If it isn't the biggest 2-timing, triple timing, quadruple timing harlot, Lita. What does she possibly want to do addressing the WWE Universe tonight?
Harlot.
Sausage wallet.
Yeah, she was with Matt in real life, and she was cheating on him with Edge, I believe. In real life. Like, that was kind of a real thing, and then they just kind of put it in the storyline because that's how Vince rolls, but...
And then he's like, I really don't want you, I want Beth.
They're just bagging all sorts of broads in the
like,
back. Back in those days...
Like, we spread the herpes quite often.
Back in those days, the wrestlers were sleeping with everybody. And what's funny is it hasn't changed that much for, like, Becky and Seth and Naomi and the Uso.
Yeah.
Jay. And who else is together? Carmella and Graves. Mm-hmm. Am I missing another one?
Belair and Ford.
Yeah, I think they were married before they got into wrestling. Like,
they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were together.
I meant these guys kind of did it as they were in it. Andrade, Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of somebody else who's gotten with somebody.
Sarah and Eric.
Oh, yeah. The answer to that trivia question was Jack Swagger and Cesaro.
Here comes Lita!
You guys know shit. You guys know stuff.
Who was the other guy that was with Swagger? Was it Cesaro?
Cesaro.
That's who I figured.
Yeah, and we all thought it was funny because he was a Swede. So it was hilarious. Hilarious. Film's like, did Lita come out? She's right now.
She is. She's out there right this second.
Sophie says, through the years, and Film says, did the beautiful, amazing, feminine, sexy Charlotte come out and wrestle yet? No, haven't seen her. Sophie says, SmackDown moved networks and nights over the years. Ayla's like, D, you are a Hall of Fame. The best Hall of Fame ever. She thinks. I was like, do people still care for Lita?
Yeah, there's. It's that legendary thing, right? Like, oh, she was famous once.
Sophie says SmackDown was on Sci-Fi Network for a while. Then
I'm home, finally.
Film says Matt Hardy needs to get over Lita. And Ravi says Matt got done by Lita. Pickles like Trish was better. Film's like Matt Hardy needs to move on. Walter's like, okay, there's Lita.
You guys, they haven't been together in 20 years. I think he's moved on. He has kids and a wife. And
Tootsie's in the chat. Hey, Tootsie says it's been 8 years. Jezaloo, I feel old. Chris says Britt and Adam. And yeah, I guess in a way, Chris, Britt, Baker, and Adam Cole. But she might have been with him before she back to Thursday and back to Friday. Ravi says Lita's still thinking she's a 15-year-old skater boy. LOL. Ew, gross, Ravi. And Walter's like, yes, got it.
Wasn't that Avril Lavigne song?
She was skater boy.
I'm in
She
love
said,
with the
see you
skater
later,
boy."
boy. I think that's what Ayla was doing.
How she made the Hall of Fame, I'll never know. But
They're like, we really felt bad that you broke your neck, so we're going to put you in the Hall of Fame, okay? All right. You know, I did nothing, but that's cool. Slept with a whole bunch of guys. Have a very
who does she
wrinkly
want?
neck.
So she's just going to be in the Royal Rumble.
She has very weird wrinkly neck. It's kind of creepy.
She's old. She's like 40-something.
Oh my... That doesn't mean that you have wrinkle neck. Look at her neck. Like, look at it. Look just at her neck.
I can see it. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to look at her boobies.
Just at her neck. Just look at her neck. That's it. Nothing else. Just at her neck.
There comes Charlotte. Woo! Proper introduction.
There you go. Some Charlotte for you. Whoever was asking earlier. Oh, Film was. Film wanted to know if Charlotte was coming. There's Charlotte.
She's not out there yet?
Sophie says Jack Swagger and Cesaro. I forgot
what
they had a team name.
Fuck is she wearing?
Another team that they broke up with. No explanation.
Why does she have to wear things like this?
Oh, my fucking grossness.
Seriously. Charlotte.
What the fuck? Who dresses you?
They're fired. Whoever picks out your clothes.
Puts clothes on your ass should fucking be dead. Dead. Fucking dead. Like, shot. Stabbed.
Oh my god.
Burned.
Ew.
Thrown in the woods for the wolves to eat. Oh my barfo.
What in
fucking hell, Charlotte. Gag me with a spoon. Fucking
what
disgusting
on
ass.
God's green earth am I looking at? Look at Michael Cole's going, I got nothing positive to say about that.
He's like, Jesus fucking Christ. What? Oh, my barfo. Totally barf. That is like the horriblest
I always say she looks like Cher,
ever.
but now she looks like the 70-year-old Cher.
Why? I'm going to interview Lita. Holy shit. That's so bad grossness. As Piccolo said, I bet Charlotte going to come out and piss in her cornflakes. Yay! Robbie's like, Lita looks like she's been tangoed.
You didn't know?
You didn't know? So it was like they are setting up a Lita full-time return.
No,
Robbie's like, Lita needs her money back on that spray tan. She's more orange than an orange. Robbie's like, come on, Square, kick her ass. Chris is like, here comes Shar. And Walter's like, Paige and enter Rumble. Paige and Lita enter Rumble. Yeah, let's have the people with broken necks enter the Rumble. That's all sorts of smart. Sophie's like, Lita, Trish, and Tori Wilson made it into the Hall of Fame before Mrs. Elizabeth let that sink in.
Yeah, it's tough.
Sophie says Lita versus Charlotte Mania maybe, which is hilarious because they were just as much whores as Mrs. Elizabeth, so what difference does that make?
Why are people whores?
They're all sausage wallets during that first part of WWE and throughout their weird shit that they were in. You've showed me. I know what they did. Hoard themselves all over the place in the ring. Ayla, why are you message retracting? Stop retracting your messages. Real Tanya Harding. So, does that mean that she's going to bust her knee out with a stick? Well, I was like, Tori Wilson will be at the Rumble. And Bryce says, is Charlotte here? She's out there, Bryce.
Yes, Charlotte is out there.
What the fuck's she wearing? Robbie's like, LL Square looking like a 60-year-old in that drip. Jonathan Gilchrist is in the chat. Hey, Jonathan says,
oh, Johnny.
Smash the likes up, people. Yeah.
Get it up.
Bryce says, sorry, I had to come back. Yeah, you did, because Charlotte. Piccolo's laughing. Well, it was like, for the Minute Rumble special guests and WWE Hall of Fame wrestlers. Yeah, they haven't really given a lot of men, so it's going to be interesting who else they put in it. Desperate to be wild. Sophie's like, why doesn't defend her championship at the Rumble in the Rumble match like Roman did 6 years ago? I don't know. Bryce says, hey, what's going on? Charlotte's talking.
She's talking about Trish, I think.
Ooh, she gonna do it. Ew,
she's gonna retire her and Trish. She already retired Trish.
Okay,
now
Charlotte's here. Ayla's like, I'm all typos tonight. Chris says, a Char crushing dream since 2015. Bryce says people are going nuts over Lita because she won a short match.
Look at the ring on
like,
Charlotte's
Lita
left hand. Did you see that? She has a huge ring on her left hand. I think it might have just came off.
Hopefully she didn't break her nose. She hasn't, which is weird because
no steps have been lost.
Sketchy while she was doing that.
Well, how good do you think she was in the Divas era?
Not good at all, actually. I'm sure she was garbage. Like I said, just a pure sausage wallet. That's all they're good for.
Who are you?
I am a person who is telling the truth. I'm pretty sure that the women back then didn't really, really wrestle. They were just a bunch of sausage wallets. As Ravi says, Lita is a fool. Bryce says, okay, now I'm gone for real this time. Bye, Wrestling Gap. Bye, Bryce.
Bye-bye.
Sophie says Mrs. Elizabeth should have gone in the Hall of Fame the same year Randy Savage went in or sometime before that.
Yeah, it's tough because of how all that stuff happened. You know, because they are trying to keep it sort of clean, and how she died, you know, with a drug overdose. It's kind of...
Oh, there goes his nose, broken.
It's kind of shady how she passed away, especially with, what's his name? Lex Luger. So, I don't know if Luger's in the Hall of Fame either. But it's that same thing, because Luger was there when she died.
They're shamey. So, question is that question there. Like, so is all you fans out there of Lex Luger in WWE Hall of Fame? Lieutenant Martha's in the chat says, I nearly lost it when Lita called Charlotte Tanya Harding. People's like, what? Tanya Harding? She there too? You know what? Charlotte looks kind of like that kind of an outfit a little.
Yeah, the figure skating.
Ayla says they are all sausage wallets. They are all used mattresses. Barfo, I'm deleting because I'm dumb. Don't delete. Sometimes they're hilarious. Rob is like, that was the most debauchery twist of fate. And Sophie says, I meant Charlotte. Walter's like, good job, Lita. Chris says, even now, Lita using twist of fate, so you still like Matt. Sophie's like, maybe Charlotte got engaged.
Here comes Sheamus.
It's a possibility, Sophie. Supposedly they are still together.
Yeah, they're together.
Film says, it's the beautiful hairy armpit queen here. Yeah, she was out there and she had her arms completely covered. She was literally covered from her ankles to her neck to her wrists in the most hideous outfit ever. As Film says, yes, the beautiful Queen Charlotte Flair is here tonight on SmackDown. Yes. Walter says, Ayla, you're cool in chat. And Film's like, hey, what's going on Charlotte Flair's dress?
This Ricochet or Sheamus?
Shamey.
Sheamus.
Shamey.
Sheamus. Amos Muzz. Remember Anal Muzz?
Oh, hey, this is something you guys talked about not too long ago. You guys should be able to get this. And I think that it has been a trivia question, like earlier on in trivia. Mae Young and Mark Henry gave birth to what?
Hey, we just talked about this.
Pinkle's like, bruh. So this bullshit is going on. And Shotzi and any young wrestlers don't get any time to segments because an over-the-hill plastic is getting airtime. Yeah, Lita Sausage Wallet is out there taking up time away from all the wrestlers that could be out there having an actual match.
Aliyah, a young wrestler, just broke a Guinness World Record.
She was on there for 2.9 seconds. That was it.
They actually said the record was slower than that, but it wasn't because I timed it.
Liars. They don't even know. They can't even time their own shit right. Sophie says they could go many different paths to Mania to get the matches they want for it. Ayla says, well, YouTube removed one because after your Barfo rant, I typed the D work, aka unalive, and apparently I'm not allowed to say anything, ha ha. Can't even call Lisa fat without the P.
That's funny.
Well, they must have removed it like you typed it and it just never showed up. But all the other ones you message retracted, meaning that you retracted your own message. Sheamus all the way, Ravi says on that. And Film says, Cora Jade, that skateboard chick, it's her birthday today.
Nice.
Piccolo says on both shows they need to allot time for the AARP groups. Yeah, the geriatrics. And have them come down in their fucking rascals.
Edge, Beth, Lita.
Sophie says, do you see any surprises coming from both Rumble matches?
You know, we could possibly see Bayley show up. They say that she's not going to be really ready until February or March, but that just could be some wool over our eyes. So she could be there. People just say, oh, she's there because she's supporting somebody. And she could show up. She could be in the Rumble match. In the men's, I don't think there'll be any major surprises.
No major surprise.
Unless, like The Fiend shows up or something. But that's just me, wishful thinking. Old Bray Wyatt.
Right. Ayla said, night, Walter. And Piccolo says, dang, Walter, you making like a tree already? Piccolo's laughing, and Philip says, you said her dress, you need to be fed by the dogs. Was it really that bad?
It was terrible.
Okay, she wasn't wearing a dress. She was wearing an outfit, but it was the most hideous thing I think I've seen her in for a while. It was so gross. It was not flattering in any way. It was so bad. I don't understand why she thinks wearing that stuff is cool. Blech. Robbie's like, Dee, were you ever a skater boy? No. Film says, I hope Charlotte Flair's not wearing long sleeves with that dress. She's not wearing a dress. She's wearing a full body suit.
Yeah, it looks like something that one of the skaters would wear on the Olympics on the ice.
Yeah, full bodysuit. No dress, no skirts, no nothing. Just full latex, whatever you want to call it.
Just bodysuit,
bodysuit.
Whatever pantyhose are made out of.
Pickles, I'm at AEW as well. Sting, Arn Anderson, Punk. Yeah, all their geriatricness.
Oh, it's everywhere.
As Vindicator would say, what do you call them?
Geriatric.
No, what Vindicator calls them.
Yeah, the
swindlers. All the swindlers. Sophie says, I'm surprised that AEW didn't hit 1 million viewers this past week. Ayla says, no. I did delete some because I was trying to correct myself with typos, but realized that the message I was correcting wasn't even there, so I just looked silly. Sophie's like, with them and bringing in Mickie James, there we go, we're back. With them bringing in Mickie James, there's a chance that we could see another Impact star to show up in the Rumble match for the men. And Sophie says, so Ricochet is wrestling twice tonight?
Not that I'm aware of. What other match does he have?
Who else would he wrestle there, Sophie? It was Mansoor. If you're talking about earlier, it was Mansoor and Cesaro in the tag team part.
Yes.
If that's what you thought. It wasn't Ricochet and Cesaro. It was Mansoor and
Now it's
Cesaro.
Ricochet and Sheamus.
Because Ricochet broke Ridge Holland's nose. He got a broken nose.
With the double stomp.
But he wanted to be just like his idol, so it's perfect.
Yeah, he's following right behind him.
Robbie's like, Dee, but you dress like a skater boy. How do I dress like a skater boy? Because I'm wearing a hoodie?
It's the baggy pants with the chain wallet that does it.
Is that what it is? I don't dress like that, so unless this is a different world and I forgot where I was at.
Virtual reality. It's coming. It's becoming a thing.
No.
I think this would be pretty cool. They put you in full body suits, and then you go out and you're on wheels.
Do you look like Charlotte?
What? It doesn't matter what you look like because you're inside the game. But anyways, yeah, if you get bit by a zombie, you really feel the pain. They have sensors hooked to it.
Oh my god, that's stupid.
It gets pretty
They're
brutal.
don't really go out there and live life. Live pretend life.
Yeah, there will be a point where you won't know what's real and what's not.
That's just dumb.
It's all part of blockchain.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, we'll have to get into that. It's the new thing, blockchaining.
So, not having real reality anymore?
That one's more like what Facebook's doing. If you didn't notice over the last few days, Facebook joined a cryptocurrency. They joined because that crypto is running the metaverse, the meta. They call it the meta something. Anyways, and that's the direction they're going, is more towards the virtual reality. It's coming fast. All this stuff happens so quick now because the technology doubles like every 4 seconds or whatever. So things are changing quickly.
That sounds really stupid.
Yeah. The days of just like hanging out in your backyard and being friends with people is going to be over in the next 10 years.
Well, you can say goodbye to the human race then, because humans actually need contact with other humans.
Right. So that's what's supposed to happen. Machines are the end of the evolution. We're just the stepping stone to get it to that.
Well, good. Maybe they should hurry up and get it over faster instead of fucking around like they are.
Well, they have to get it one step
No,
at a time.
I think they should just make everybody a robot.
We're already androidal, right, with our phones. The only thing that slows us down from knowing something is how long it takes us to read it from our phone to our head. The information's already there. And so what, like, Elon Musk wants to do with the link that he wants to put in your head is that information will just be automatic. So if you have a question, it'll just be answered with the Neuralink. Because that's what's slowing us down, is how long it takes us to get the information and put it in our head. He wants to bypass that. So it'll be the same evolutionary trait as when we first started eating meat to become big-brained. It'll be bigger than that, this Neuralink, for our next jump in evolution.
But there is no evolution. If you're saying
that's
that's
evolution
the end,
just
then
means
people don't evolve. There's no evolving anymore. Like if you're putting chips in people's brains to give them intelligence, then you're not evolving anything. You're not evolving into anything more. You're literally making a handicapped crutch for dumbass people to fucking have something knowledge of something that they've never had knowledge of before and wouldn't even take the time or anything to learn. And just because it's there doesn't mean that they're going to retain it, nor are they going to be good at it. So how is that? How is that supposed to make it better?
That's just the androidal part of being human, and then the next step will just be full machine.
That's why I said.
And some people will probably choose to keep their human body, but some people will choose to have the robotic body also.
I hope I'm dead before any of that. I have to deal with any of that garbage of stupid. Like, it's stupid enough as it is.
It took until 1890s for the humans to double their knowledge. And then again in like 1920 something, and then again in 1950 something, and then again in 1970 something, and then again in the 90s. And by the year 2030, it's going to be every about 10 seconds, knowledge is going to double. So things are moving rapidly compared to what they had. Anyways, what I was talking about, that blockchaining is going to be the competition to the internet. It's what's going to close the internet down. Because it's the world going from no internet to internet, how it changed, to blockchaining would be from the internet to blockchaining. Because it's centralized and nobody can control it. Crossbody! It's very interesting stuff.
So wasn't he part of that Fatal 4-Way tag match?
Who was?
No, he wasn't. Sophie, that's what we were saying. It was Mansoor.
Mansoor was in there with Cesaro.
Ayla says she's going to say, "See you later, boy," to you, Ravi. It was like your skater shoes, Delita, your Tevas, your... Did I say that right? Tevas?
Yeah. Good enough. Some people call it Teva. I call it Teva because that's how you say it.
Okay. I'm like, didn't I say it right, Tabas? Your skateboard that you roll to work on. Sophie says, so Sasha and Woods both might come back at the same time or a week after each other. Woods probably won't be back that soon.
With that type of injury that he has, he's out indefinitely, so we don't know when he'll be back.
Sophie says Ayla is quoting Avril Lavigne because she looks like her. And Sophie also says Disney Plus is developing a Santa Claus sequel series with Tim Allen is in develop, which is weird because there's no way that they would ever promote anything with Tim Allen in it new. They don't like him. He's not their type of person.
He's funny, though, and there's money. Anytime there's money in comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricochet landed on his feet.
Gone. Sophie says there's a Quantum Leap reboot or sequel coming.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like that show, too.
I kind of heard about that. I'm just not sure how
Sam's dead.
out. Right?
So they would have to have somebody else, maybe a Justin Bieber type.
It was like, and you quote Lord Tyrion from Lord of the Rings because you look like him. I mean, Game of Thrones. OMG. Ha ha ha. Robbie's like, Lannister. Travis, what do you think the outcome of the 2 Rumble matches will be?
It's tough. I believe that either, well, I know that Bianca or Esther, whatever you want to call her, is going to win the women's. Because it does look like they want Esther to wrestle Becky. And then they want Sasha to wrestle Charlotte at WrestleMania. And in order to do that, one of those two have to win the Rumble. And Sasha's not going to be there, so.
Yeah.
It kind of narrows the field down on that one. So.
Sophie says, I never watched either Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. And Ayla's like, makes my joke funnier. Ravi's like, Ayla, I bet you laugh at your own jokes. And Ayla says, Ravi, I do. Film says, I guess you won't be seeing Sasha Banks because she's injured. Sad. I still love you, boss Sasha Banks.
Right. And the other one is with the men. Brock has to lose the title to Bobby in order to join the Royal Rumble to win it, to set up the match against Roman. If they're going to do that, because they can't go title against title, because then the Royal Rumble match doesn't matter.
Right.
And that's never happened before. Unless they do something where it's at the end of night 1 that they wrestle, and then the end of night 2, the winner of the Royal Rumble wrestles.
I don't understand, like, you know, I know that Sheamus is, like, a wrestler that's been around for a while. But why on earth, if somebody's going to throw you in a bomb, I guess, or whatever you want to call that, from the rope over there, right, and threw him down, he literally put his elbows out like this.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, are you guys really trying to hurt yourselves? Bad things can happen, people.
There's injuries all the time in wrestling. Big bro kick. It's over. Love how Ricochet pulled himself back in the middle to get pinned. So he wasn't in the ropes. Ricochet's a stud.
That's funny.
Sheamus.
So it's like, anybody heard of Degrassi? Ramit says, Tony Khan said no more signings for our men's rosters. They are fully loaded right now. Samoa Joe backs to Impact. Ayla says, I firmly believe I'm hilarious. And Ravi says, what, like Terminator, half man, half machine? Sophie says, We still don't know if Samoa Joe is under a 90 or 30-day non-complete clause. And Ramit says, means AEW Man's Division roster is fully loaded right now. Ravi says, Ayla, you're hilarious. And Film says, wait, hold up. Kofi Kingston or Xavier Woods injured? Woods.
Woods has a torn calf muscle.
Ayla says, I know, Ravi, I know. Sophie says, the guy who plays Sam in the original Quantum Leap will be part of it in some way.
He's dead.
How are they going to do it if he's dead?
I mean, I guess they could use some of his stuff.
They'll make him an AI. Piccolo says, bunch of clowns in this chat. Nah, mean. Sophie says, will they let Bianca win the Rumble in back-to-back years? Why wouldn't they? They do it with other people all the time. Doesn't make any difference.
There's no other women. Who else are they going to give it to?
Ayla's like, one clown. The rest are comedians. But-bum. And Ravi says, why do people boo Sheamus?
See, they're saying 3.17. It was 2.9.
What was her record, supposedly, though?
It wasn't hers, but it was 3.6.
Oh, 3.6.
Is it Kane? Where are they at? Are they in Memphis? Are they in Tennessee anywhere?
I don't know. I thought they were in Omaha, Nebraska.
Well, that's not too far.
But I don't know if that's true. Nobody ever answered my question about that. They've never said it that I know of.
Why don't you guys just go outside? It's like 10 degrees. Oh, she's going to lose her jacket. If she doesn't have her jacket on, she's going to get punched. Just pick it up.
She's like, I better put my jacket back on. It's like, because he looks like my sister. Sophie says Bianca wins the Rumble for a second time and Sasha wins the Elimination Chamber, some sort of gauntlet to get a title shot.
You would have just beat her by a count out. How is that even legit?
Robbie says, Ayla, lol, that nearly made me spit my drink out from laughing. Ayla's like, Robbie, he does, and I'll prove it. Film's like, give it to Bliss. Bliss will win the Royal Rumble. If not, Ripley is my second choice.
Next week, guys, Naomi, Charlotte. Next week, they're running it back.
She call her Cruella.
Yeah.
Sophie says, we are getting Naomi versus Sonya to finally finish this weird feud that's been going on forever. Robbie's like, Ayla, what are you chatting about? I'm lost.
So Kofi by himself.
So Ravi, were you talking about the fact that Ayla said one clown, the rest are comedians comment, or are you talking about the reason why people boo Sheamus is because he looks like her sister? Which one did you laugh about? Because she thinks that you laughed about the Sheamus thing, and she's going to prove that her sister looks like Sheamus. So there you go. Explanations have been
Madcap Moss going one-on-one with Kofi Kingston.
Oh, yeah? Wonder how that's going to work out for him.
Well, Kofi should win flat, straight up.
Well, he should, right? Because he's a singles wrestler.
And he's Hall of Famer, too, but he's definitely a champion. And he had that title for a short little run. Lost it the first day they moved to Fox. To Brock, remember?
Yeah.
Did they say a ginger snap? Is that a real thing?
With hints of ginger snap.
That's pretty funny. I didn't know that was a real thing. I thought it was a movie.
Okay, ginger snap is cookies. It's like a ginger snap, and so they're ginger cookies, basically, is what they are. And ginger is a root, and it's kind of like spicy.
Mm-hmm. I've seen gingerbread.
Right. Gingerbread cookies. Film says, I love my Bliss and Charlotte Flair and Mandy Rose. And Ramit says, happy weekend. Have a great life.
Woo!
May divine grace of you, both of you. Stay healthy and stay happy always. You too, Ramit. Thank you so much for hanging out with us during these wonderful wrestling times. Hopefully you have a very good weekend yourself. Take care. Be safe.
That's weird. That's in there.
Sophie says, how was it? It came off of your board, and they were up there, and that's why it's in there. Film says, WWE, please do Brock versus Bobby at WrestleMania 38. Sophie says, how was AEW Dynamite this week?
It was okay. I liked it. Pretty solid show.
As Robbie says, the clown's joke, LOL. The clown's joke almost made you spit out your shit.
Why they did the intern championship for the TNT title, I have no idea, with Cody coming back next week. It makes no sense.
It was dumb.
So now the Sammy Guevara is a champion and Cody's a champion. They're going to have a unification match of dumbness.
Mm-hmm. Sophie says, with the men's rumble, there hasn't been any hints on who they want to win. Well, that's because they haven't really put very many men in it, so... as Ayla says, Ginger Snaps is also one of the best B-rated movies ever.
That's why I've heard of it. It's because of her. She loved that movie.
Yeah. Not surprising. Does it have a whole bunch of little girls in it? Just kidding.
I have no idea what it's about.
I can't remember what it's about either.
I'm sure it's scary. Like in a way, like a witch or something.
For God's sakes, Meg, shut up. Oh, the answer to that last trivia question was a hand, by the way. Mae Young and Mark Henry gave birth to what?
A hand.
A hand. It was something we had talked about before. So.
Well, when you're in your 90s, you can't just give birth to whole bodies.
They could have done something weird. Like, they could have got a little person.
Hornswoggle.
Was he around during that time, though?
I don't know. He could have been. I know that he was Vince McMahon's son for a while. His illegitimate son. And he was going to take over the company. Look at that, Storm. Snowmaha.
Omaha, Nebraska!
Snowmaha.
They're like, we're going to show the shield. Look how sad they are.
Brock wins. Actually, I think Seth cashes in and pins Roman, and they make it a triple threat match. Is that this one? Is it that far back?
7 years ago?
Yeah, it was. It made no sense for him to come down and cash in the middle of the match. I can't believe that was 7 freaking years ago. Well, Brock was pissed.
So
we watched
Roman
that here.
Have like blue contacts in or something?
Maybe.
Because his eyes are all weird, like not normal colored. They're like blue. So he says there is a weird rumor that Brock is going to lose to Lashley by some outside interference, and he enters the Rumble to win.
Right, and that makes more sense, right? Then that way he's the guy that wrestles Roman at Royal Rumble. They've got to make it make sense.
They have to make it make sense. Film says what match is coming up next?
Kofi and Madcap Moss.
And he's going to talk to us.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Sophie says usually before the Rumble, they usually give you hints on a few people that they want to win like a few weeks before the Rumble.
That was the greatest ever.
Was it?
That was great.
It was like, it's good. It's
Clogger of bloodlines. He's the clogger of bloodlines.
The clotter.
The clotter of bloodlines.
It's about werewolves. It also depends on your taste in movies, though. Some love, some hate it. I watch so many times I can repeat every word. Robbie's like, look at your mate Steve, the new gay on TV. Yay, how exciting. Sophie's like, we haven't seen Roman versus Seth since 16, even though they hinted at it a few times last year when they were both on the same show.
Kofi's entering the Royal Rumble.
What's his good news? What did he say?
He's entering the Royal Rumble.
Oh, he is?
Mm-hmm.
That's good of him. Well, I was like, Keith Lee must be pissed with Kofi's impression of him on the mic tonight. Sophie says Brock versus Roman. They don't know if it's going to be title versus title or the WWE Championship or Universal Championship.
What, at Mania? It cannot be.
Yeah.
That means the Rumble didn't count. That's the only way. The only way it would be is if he beat Bobby, then entered and won the Royal Rumble as the champion.
Right.
That's the only way that the two champions can wrestle at WrestleMania.
Luna says Kofi going back to 2009 with a Jamaican accent. Ayla says, Kay, I sent you pictures, Robbie. There you go, Robbie. You got pictures of why her sister is Sheamus. And why that's funny. And why everybody boos Sheamus. Sophie says, I could see Roman lose as he was rumored to at day one and enter the Rumble and win.
Against Seth, huh? And then you have Seth as champion?
He's not even on SmackDown.
Oh, gosh. That sounded like it hurt. This is where he breaks his neck. Snapped. Clean in half. Clean break.
You're silly.
Oh!
So broken. Film says, okay, Wrestling Gab, my favorite people, I need to go. I'll see you on the next live stream. Love y'all. Bye,
We will be here Monday.
Peace out. God bless America and God bless WWE Women's Armpits. Bye. All right, bye.
They need to do Moss against Boogs. Rick Boogs. Since they basically look the same.
Maybe that's why they made Boogs cut his hair.
Did he have long hair?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. The Poo Day.
Oh, Jesus. It was like, now tell me she isn't Sheamus's real daughter. Films like hashtag Bliss the Armpit Goddess. Yay.
He liked the jokes too much. He's going to die. People can't die laughing, by the way. This is a real condition. After 5 minutes of laughing, you can go into cardiac arrest.
What?
It's a true thing. Somebody has died from laughing before.
Oh, yes, they have. Just like internal combustion, that happens too. Sophie says they have so many people that could cost Brock a loss to Bobby, like the Bloodline, the Hurt Business, even Paul Heyman himself.
Yeah,
Rob is like, yeah, a little, haha.
The Hurt Business kind of got beat up by Bobby at the end of the show. That wouldn't. But yeah, there's a lot. Charles Robinson is your referee. Shit, that's the only other referee I know in wrestling anymore. Charles Robinson and Aubrey.
Right.
I don't pay attention to names anymore. When I was a kid, I knew everything about wrestling. Now
I think the really terrible one in WWE, the blonde girl, her name's Jessica.
All right, Kofi takes everybody out. And now we're going to commercial.
Yeah, commercial. I was like, yeah, she looks a little like him.
A little.
It's because we parked by the exit. A lot of these are compact spots.
They just want to talk about parking. They want to leave the third quarter.
We're still talking about leaving her on the third quarter.
Let's not talk about leaving until we get into the game.
I haven't even got to the game. Why the fuck would you leave her on the third quarter?
So you miss the traffic.
God, that's so dumb. Like, you miss the game. You don't even know what happens. You're like, oh, who cares? I don't even know why you would go. Why would you even go? Sophie says, Paul did screw Brock before. Remember Survivor Series 2002?
Uh-huh.
Ew, that's gross, Sophie. Like, Paul screwed Brock. Poor Brock. He's smooth like butter. It looks like, I mean, that's actually her no Photoshop at all. Ha ha. Yeah, it's pretty funny, actually. Sophie's like, what did you guys eat to celebrate Travis's birthday? Ribeye steaks
and cauliflower.
That's what we had.
I had a half a ribeye.
I did too, and then I ate the rest of it today. It was delicious.
I had a half today too.
It even tasted better the next day.
I had mine with Frank's Red Hot sauce, so it was delicious.
I didn't have any sauce on mine. It was still good. Just its own juices. Its own juices.
Marinating. Like the Symphony of Destruction.
Sophie says, if Roman loses at the Rumble, people will be upset about it.
No. I mean, I feel like I'm one of the biggest Roman fans. And if Bobby beats him, I think I'm just okay with it. I don't have a problem with Bobby winning that.
Against Roman?
Oh, is that what she said? I thought we were talking about Brock.
If Roman loses at the Rumble, people will be upset about it.
Oh, yeah. It just depends on what they have planned for him. If he's leaving, if he's going to go make him... It was the future, if you guys remember. He beat Brock twice in 1 year. He beat Brock at Mania and then at the
he was the Beast
SummerSlam.
Slayer. He was like all this shit, and then they fucked up bad.
By putting him with the Fiend. That whole match in the Elimination Chamber or whatever that was, Hell in a Cell, with the sledgehammer, just screwed him.
Yep. P. Cola is leaving. He says, "Hey guys, I got invited to go see a DJ show. I'll catch up with y'all on Monday."
Woo,
That's
woo,
awesome,
woo,
P. Cola.
woo.
Have fun. Be
Have
safe.
fun.
Make good choices. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Sophie says, "Did you guys watch anything to celebrate Travis's birthday?"
Didn't we
watched
something?
Dark Shadows.
Yeah, we did. We watched Dark Shadows for the umpteenth time, which I could watch 10 more times today, so I could never complain about Dark Shadows.
I told him all day we were going to watch a movie, so I figured he'd pick a movie out to watch, like a new one maybe we haven't seen. He didn't. So I had dinner ready and everything. I said, "What movie you want to watch?" And he's like, "I don't know." So I had to hurry up and find something. Because it was just getting later and later.
Is he going to shit on him? Oh, I thought he was going to shit on him. He's squatting over his face. I didn't know why. So, Big E has nothing going on. Xavier's hurt. Wouldn't it make the most sense to put Kofi and Big E back together?
But they're on separate brands.
It means nothing.
Okay. Sophie says, "Rumble Day, I could see them rewriting a lot, especially what their plans are for their road to Mania." It could happen. Who knows?
But right now, it's the road to the road.
What the fuck? Is he wearing Pinocchio clothes?
That's what I said.
Did you say that earlier and I wasn't paying attention?
Yeah.
You said Pinocchio clothes?
I didn't say Pinocchio clothes, but
he looks like he's wearing Pinocchio clothes.
He's a real boy.
Rob is like, "Yo, Travis, how was your birthday?"
It was good. I didn't do anything.
He got presents. Let's see. Sophie says, "Travis doesn't look 32. He looks younger."
Look at that.
How sweet.
1, 2, 3.
Suck it up.
What
Sophie.
the fuck? Madcap beat Kofi with a neck breaker.
What the fuck? That's so weird.
Kofi was just world champion.
That's so strange. So strange. And he's a bad guy. That doesn't make any sense at all. And his outfit is stupid. What the fuck?
Hey, WWE has fans. Where AEW didn't have any fans.
That's true. They didn't have very many fans this time. I think it was just where they were at, though. I mean, like, their setup and wherever their facility was. Mm-hmm. Robbie says, "Madcap Moss, LOL, whoever that guy is."
Moss has been around before.
He's Happy Corbin's butt buddy right now.
Yeah, he was around before, if you remember. He was on Raw when they were doing that night fighting or whatever it was called, the Raw Underground. Remember?
Yeah,
he was around at that time.
Yeah.
And I think he tore something, a shoulder or something at that time.
Oh, yeah,
he had to get put on a shelf.
Sophie says Big E was the odds-on favorite to win the Rumble at one point. And Robbie says D rooting for Beth and the OAP and the Cap. What? Nobody is rooting for anybody. Stop making up shit, Robbie. You don't know anything about. What the fuck? Is he trying to be Michael Jackson?
He is Michael Jackson. Where's his glove? Remember when he used to wear the glove? He needs it.
Where is... What in the cupboard? Did he decide to go with whoever Charlotte's dresser was? Like, can you please make sure that you make something for me, too? Looking like a disco ball.
Jackson Hewlett. Michael Cole slowed it way down.
Jackson Hewitt tax surfaces.
Hewlett, because he looks like Michael Jackson.
That's funny.
Hot Tub Time Machine. What color's Michael Jackson? Black.
There's no way I'm in the wrong era.
He freaks out.
LOL, man said butt buddy, LOL. Sophie says, "I saw the pictures of where AEW was from this past week. It looked like it did when COVID first happened 2 years ago."
Yeah, they just had nobody.
I don't even know where they were at.
I don't either.
I don't remember.
I mean, they said it a few times. Oh, North Carolina.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, they were in Horseman country, remember?
Well, maybe that was why. Maybe wherever they were at in North Carolina, they only allow them to have so many people in the facility.
I don't know. North Carolina is one of those free-loving states like Florida.
You would think, right?
Oh, they are. I guess it could have been in the county they were in or something. Florida said, hey, if you're in a county and you ban stuff, then that county doesn't get any assistance from the state. So even the county, the counties can't even close things down because they don't get any state money.
Right?
They're
so
like,
they're like, all right, everybody, just do whatever.
Just
let people live their lives for fuck's sake.
Just go be free. It's okay.
Just go free ball it all, everybody. Just free ball it.
We're not Australia.
Okay, Ravi, I thought you meant rooting, but if you meant routing, routing for Beth in the cap, OAP, I don't even know what the fuck that is, dude. Like, speak English. You're from England, for fuck's sake. Speak
English.
That actually makes fucking sense. Sophie says, it's funny when WWE doesn't have a sellout, people make fun of them. When AEW doesn't have a sellout, no one was making fun of them.
They didn't even have close to a sellout. They didn't even have the tarp off the seats in the upper deck.
You know what? I don't even know. They didn't even really show the other side, so I don't even know what the other side looked like.
Right,
they only kind of show that one area most of the time, and it's really weird.
They're going to have to start performing at gyms.
Right? Chris says, "Oh, why is Seth dressed like Michael Jackson?" I don't know. We all want to know the answer.
Yeah, but he didn't have a glove. He needs a glove back on.
Maybe he's going to steal it from Roman. That song is too good for that loser.
Nothing wrong with Seth.
He is a loser face. Loser!
She called him Stanimal. Did you just call me Stanimal? Turned to find out they only use that name behind his back.
Whoopsie!
Did you just call me Stanimal?
Robbie's like, you know what an... No, I don't. I really have absolutely no idea, Robbie. An ape?
What time are you going to work tomorrow?
Are you talking about yourself? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, my man.
What time are you going to work tomorrow?
Why are you asking this right now?
Just want to know if you're going to work before 9.
Yes. Why?
Go feed the squirrels.
Yes, I am going to work before 9.
It's pretty fun. There's been birds and squirrels all week.
You'll have to go by yourself, I guess. Either that or we'll have to do it on Sunday. Because I plan on trying to go to work early tomorrow so that I don't have a really long day at work. And I'm debating on if I want to go to the grocery store tonight or if I want to do it tomorrow after work. Do you see my dilemma? You don't? Then have somebody else fucking do it.
Smack.
Anyways, Luke's in the chat. Hey, Luke.
Hey,
says hi all.
Luke.
And Sophie says, wasn't AEW in a state where the WWE usually sells out every time they go through?
They were in North Carolina, so if they sell out there, then yes. But
sure.
Yeah, they were in North Carolina. They were in Horseman Country. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard were talking about it.
Robbie's like, Seth's cool, like his getup.
Yeah, it looks just like Michael.
Do you like it? Is it something you would wear? Or would not be surprised?
Here he comes, Roman Reigns. Head of the table. Head of the bloodline.
Oh, sorry.
The big dog.
Chris is like, I hate those cringy YouTube edits of WWE wrestlers shipping other WWE wrestlers, especially when they have nothing to do with each other's character-wise.
I don't either. I do know that it's been 502 days since he won that title, and he's disrespecting it by just throwing it over his shoulder like that.
Yeah, he's just like using it like a floppy thing.
Brock's record.
Ooh, bummer.
And that's, so, I mean, there's nothing, they're not going to do it over the weekend. I guess they could get him in the ring and Brock could come down and pin him real quick, but that'd be weird.
And then he's like he's like a champion on Raw and SmackDown. He's like, I got all the belts, bitches. Right, like OAP, old age pensioners. Okay, that is a fucking UK term, my friend. Do I look like I live in the UK? No, I live in Idaho. It's in the United States of America. Did you forget about where I live? Do not live in the UK.
It's on the west side.
Robbie's like, yeah, I would bust some of Seth's outfits. Oh, I bet you fucking would, you wacko. Chris is like, and people DM me on Insta posing as Liv or Bliss is super cringe and makes me sick.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit.
Yeah, those are kind of weird. The pretend ones, the ones that pretend to be something that they're not. Like, I really want to be a wrestler, so I'm going to pretend to be them. And it's like, you know what? Like, I get, like, naming your channel, like, after them, maybe. But it's weird.
Like, live #1 fan or something. It's fine.
Yeah. Roberto is saying, night, y'all. Good night, Roberto. Thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Be safe. Make good decisions.
Dogs are having meltdowns all over the place.
Fireworks display.
Rob is like, D, them outfits are sick, fam. Okay, Robbie, not very many of them are. Like, there are some that he's worn that are just really bad.
Some just look like sofas.
Really, really bad.
Like he just cut a couch
and there's
off
some that are pretty fire. But there are some where you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Did you, like, go to your grandma's house and just steal every upholstery you possibly could and put it on yourself? Because that's gross. What's he gonna say?
You know, what's he gonna say? He's talking to the Monday Night Messiah. We got about 6 minutes left.
6 minutes.
We're hearing a lot of Roman Reigns chants.
There was like 4 of them in that front part. Oh, goody. But before he says it. What did he say?
He's doing what The Rock does. Omaha.
Oh, God.
Acknowledge me, and then everybody will go nuts. Because The Rock used to say,
Boo.
finally, The Rock has come back to Omaha, or whatever, and then they go nuts.
Yeah.
But it's perfect to bring the crowd in to where they're at.
Rollins.
No.
Romaha.
They're in Romaha.
Or Robbie, see, you're not brave enough to wear them, LOL. I don't think it has anything to do with brave. It's just that
that's
some
beneath
people
me
have
now.
Taste.
Oh!
In her office. Jeez. The last person on Earth. It's pretty one-sided.
I won them all. Every time they wrestle one-on-one, Seth wins. Smack. Smack. You're striking me repeatedly on TV. They can hear that.
He's out here talking about the past. So funny. Hilarious shit right there. We don't live in the past, my friend. We live in the now, bitches. Live in the now.
I'm in God mode, he said.
Okay, you know what? That's usually what happens when you pretend that you're God. You usually fall on your face. The provider of what? He's too tired, Chris. God, he's boring.
Dude is delusional if he thinks he's the greatest Universal Champion of all time.
Not only delusional, boring. And then he has the blasphemy to say he's God.
God mode.
Dude. Chris says Reigns only beat Rollins on an episode of Raw, not for a title, though. Robbie's like, LOL, then now. Ew, burn. What?
He played Canadian football.
He did? Oh my god. Chris says, I think Rollins knows he looks like Michael Jackson. You think? You think? Maybe he's going to do the moonwalk. Rob was like, Seth is better than Roman 100. Old skunk boy there. The real question. Do you really understand who the greatest is here? It's neither one of you. They're all good points, he says. They're all good points. Chris is like, Rollins is turning babyface on me? Oh, hell no.
I don't know if this is necessarily babyface. It's kind of goofy face.
Such a weirdo.
He's just got like a white t-shirt on under this jacket, so it looks weird.
What do you think he should have worn? I think he should have worn a flowered shirt. Your guys' rapport is terrible with each other. I hate it. So
yeah, there's no chemistry here. This is weird.
I don't like it. It makes me want to throw up so badly. You guys are boring. That's actually pretty funny. He was like, I would have chose the man. I mean, you know, Becky.
It'd have been your wife. Hell yeah.
That's actually pretty funny.
Because it's the
It took him a long time to get there, but he delivered it. Chris says, I guess, but I kind of like Rollins acting goofy while Reigns is
shit.
serious.
Bloodline came in from behind.
Oh, shit.
Don't land on your face.
Right? Don't fall because your shoes are not made to be jumping around.
I wonder if Roman's going to be okay with them interrupting. He sometimes doesn't like that.
Well, he can't do anything on his own, so it's pretty much normal. But he doesn't look very happy.
I'm smarter than that, pal.
Seriously.
If I wanted a main event with a megastar, I would have chose your wife.
Chris has Reigns talking about two-timing Bex, and Heidi from Staten Island says, I'm gone. I'm out of here. All right, Heidi.
Bye,
You're
Heidi.
gone. You're out of here. So are we.
She's off like a prom dress.
Aren't we all? All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us this Friday night to start of some people's weekends, or some people are already into their weekends, like Ravi out there. Anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Make good choices this weekend, and we'll be back, on Monday for Raw.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.